All right, another Monday, another devlog. Just gonna be talking. This has been a uh, a fairly insane um, week. Um, when I was getting ready to sit down and do this, um, it didn't feel like I had a whole lot to talk about, and then I went back and looked at what I had done. I should keep better track of what I'm doing. Probably I was using like a task board for like a roadmap, and I've kind of abandoned that because who who organizes what they do? Um, yeah, so we're here now, and I realized that at the end of last devlog, I had just added um, users, like the user creation and that deck building that we just ran through real quick. Um, and we have added, we, as I guess, have added a lot since then. And so the first thing I'm going to go into is added the depth chart. Um, Here, it's in order. This is something I need to fix. It's in alphabetical order by the first name, but then it displays the last name. It's a little weird. Skipping through. These are also like the 2024 rosters for Madden, and then the overalls are like the ratings have been altered quite a bit. They've been brought down a lot, as you can kind of tell, especially if you come into here. Um, Overall, it's kind of strange. Like, I don't know if Josh Allen's that fast or not, but I'm not too concerned with the ratings. Obviously, we've added the rosters um, and whatnot, and the depth chart where you can switch it out. Um, and we have schedule generation. So this is the weekly schedule screen. You can come down here. Here's a user game. We can just go ahead and come into here. Some of these I haven't got controller support for, so using the mouse, have the error message in the bottom that's doing nothing. And then once in game, obviously we got some random stuff going on. But yeah, so getting kind of away from the in-game engine is going to allow things to go a lot faster in development. This has been pretty quick already, but yeah, it should allow things to move quicker. I think I'm having some lag trying to record this, so you might see some weird jumping around back there. Um, but yeah, the schedule generation was pretty simple actually. It's not as dynamic as the real NFL schedule, but what I did is took the last 4 years of the real NFL schedule, and then I replaced the teams with scheduling slots based on what conference and what division the team was in. So, um, like the Eagles, for instance, would be NFC and they'd be NFC East. So when it oh, and then we have play calling, by the way. This is this is new. This is the play calling system. It's the no huddle kind of works, but it's probably gonna break if I try it. Um, so I might try it here in a second. What was I talking about? We were talking about oh yeah, the schedule. Um, the thing about the schedule is I took the last 4 years, switched out these slots based on division and conference, and that gives me four valid NFL schedules Um, and each of them play, they go through like the normal, like, hey, the AFC West is playing the entire NFC North or whatever this season. So it has each of the the division rotations, and then because I'm only tying those slots to the divisional team, I can just kind of randomize which divisional team is in each of those spots. And it gives me a lot of variation on what kind of schedule can be generated. The other rule I could add in the future is go through the template and figure out, instead of just saying, hey, NFC West can be all four of these, I could take it one step further. Ooh, picked. It's a pick six there. Could take it a step further and make it. Oh, that's a broken play. Could make it one step further and say, hey, this is the AFC West team that finished first in the division. This is the one that finished third. Because the NFL does care about that. It does have a different scheduling based on position. You're seeing some bugs in the play calling also already with the score. It kind of flashes up. I'm not sold on the UI for this yet. The reason I'm doing this UI, as you can see the field when the play call comes up, if you run no huddle, you can actually watch the game in that field view while you pick plays, and then you kind of queue up the play to run while it's in no huddle. And that is how no huddle operates. So if they can cause a punt here, that'd be great. They did not. But yeah, so just talking more on progress. I think right now I'm very close to wanting to create the off engine, like the out of it game simulation, like the quick sim. That would give me the ability to actually progress weeks. When this game finishes, it'll actually go back to the weekly schedule, and it will now show the result from the game. It also keeps stats. Oh yeah, that was another thing that I changed this week. I was tracking all the stats in a game tracker that printed out to a CSV file at the end of the game. That way I could kind of just see those things. I hadn't created a UI for it. What I've done is I've hooked up a SQLite database now that is keeping track of the cards that the user has, the playbooks, the user stats. Once the coach creation, like the name, age, team assignment. Once the league is created from the CSVs that you can import, all of the players, ratings, teams, and everything get saved into the database as well now. Also have a thing going on where I'm running a test database parallel. So for all testing, I'm basically tearing down my entire database if I want to. Every time I run a test version. That way I don't have to mess with, just future-proofing it for eventually when I do have a production thing that people can test, that I'm not just tearing up things on accident. Just normal test environment type things. Yeah, so that is there. So that is built in. So stat tracking should be doable. It just the title of the video being overwhelmed is like I'm in a spot now where I'm just like, man, I'm not too sure exactly what to do next. Let's turn on. Oh, we just kicked a. So that's a problem. There's a problem there. That should never happen. Yeah, that was broken. Anyway, I wasn't even paying attention to the game. He just lined up for a 90-yard field goal. Yeah, just a little overwhelmed with like what to do next. So it's just like, well, I can get the quick sim working, which would be good. But man, I just my team lined up automatically for a 90-yard field goal, and I'm the one picking the plays, and it didn't care. So it's like that's a bug. I kind of want to fix that. And then it's just like, oh well, I don't have any like presentation going on here inside the game. Like you're not watching. Got just random balls on the thing. I have players that don't move, so it's just like I have bugs that they matter. Oh, there's a touchdown. Oh, maybe not. They matter, but they don't matter. If that makes sense, it's just like I like that right there. Like it's very hard for people to catch up to a person they're chasing if the person's too fast. Like that's a bug I know about that I need to fix. But for the overall gameplay in the game, like it will run through the game, and that's what I'm more important right now. I don't want to get bogged down, stuck inside the in-game engine. Well, there's just so much more to do. This is serviceable enough for me to get done what needs to be done to progress the game. Just I need to keep a list of bugs that I know exist so I can come back to them at a later date. And some of these are just not that important. The play calling one is more important. Like I need to be able to play the game. If I just watch it like coach mode, it doesn't have these issues. Actually, in my Discord, I ran some simulations for the playoff games yesterday for fun. I just ran the full game, and that was interesting. All three of those games ran perfectly fine. But yeah, there's just a lot has been added. The database thing was about a day and a half. It was about a day and a half. Are we gonna line up for? Yeah, so it's kind of yeah. So now we're in no huddle. So now hold on, should be yeah. So now we're just gonna run straight to the line of scrimmage. We're skipping our huddles. I don't know why I decided to run the ball on that, but that's okay. Yeah, but with the database structure in place, it's all coming together. Like it's becoming workable, where we can actually really start seeing some progress take place really soon. I should be able to get the quick sim. Maybe that's what I'll do next week. I'll get the quick sim engine in to at least a level where it looks like football, not insanely complicated, and then from there I'll figure it out. But yeah, if you've listened to me ramble for the last 15 minutes, like, subscribe. I'm trying to build up, a little community for the game. The Discord has some activity. Started to get a little traction on YouTube as well. I'm always looking for ideas on things to improve, things to add, and just overall direction. So, all right, I've rambled long enough. I'll see you next week.